Human rights are rights that everyone is born with and should enjoy to live a life of dignity. When World War II ended, world leaders vowed not to allow atrocities of the world wars to ever happen again. As part of this effort, they decided to craft a document based on shared values, which would set out the human rights and fundamental freedoms of every person. This document is the foundation and is called the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, or UDHR, and together with other human rights treaties and conventions, are also known as International Human Rights Law. It was adopted in 1948 by world governments through the United Nations General Assembly. There are 30 articles of the UDHR, and they include the right to life, freedom from slavery, freedom from torture, equality before the law and access to justice, freedom of movement, right to a nationality, right to own property, freedom of religion, freedom of expression, freedom of peaceful assembly and association, right to vote, right to work and to favorable conditions of work, right to rest and leisure, right to education, and right to health care. Everyone is entitled to these rights. It doesn't matter who you are, where you live, what your gender is, what skin color you have, which country you are from, what religion you believe in or practice, what cultural or ethnic background you have, or whether you're rich or not. As long as you are a human being, you have these rights. It is the duty of the state or the government to promote and protect human rights through laws and policies, through the courts, and through the creation of human rights bodies. Businesses play an important role in society, and therefore are also responsible to respect human rights. Businesses must ensure that their activities do not cause any harm to people, that communities are not impacted negatively by their business activities, and that the rights of their employees are respected.
FGV firmly believes that respecting human rights is the right thing to do for its employees, for society, and for its business. FGV's commitment to human rights is clearly stated in our group sustainability policy and is in line with our vision, mission, and values. Pride guides our decision-making and aligns with our commitment to respect human rights and uphold integrity through our actions. And because the company believes in human rights, FGV wants to ensure that your rights as an employee of FGV are respected at all times. As an employee, you have many rights, including freedom from discrimination. To discriminate against someone means to treat that person differently than others. As an employee, you should not be discriminated against because of your gender, race, religion, age, disability, sexual orientation, gender identity, nationality, political opinion, social group, or ethnic origin. And there should not be any discrimination in the hiring, promotion, compensation, termination, or retirement of employees. One example of discrimination is to be paid less for the same work because of gender. Freedom from harassment and abuse. No employee should face any physical, sexual, psychological, or verbal harassment or abuse. Freedom from forced labor. You could be a victim of forced labor if you face any of the following. You are not paid your salary in accordance with your employment contract. Your identity documents are withheld by your employer, or your movement after working hours is restricted. Your working conditions are unsafe or unhealthy. Your employer provides inhumane housing conditions. Your employer does not fulfill its promises under your employment contract. Hours of work. You should be given enough rest from work, as a general rule at least one rest day in a week, and you should not be forced to work overtime if you don't want to. Salary. You should be paid a salary for your work, and the amount of the salary should be at least the same as the minimum wage stated by the law. Violations of these and other human rights can happen, even at our company. We are sharing this information so you can help us uphold these rights for yourself and others. As a responsible company, FGV wants to make sure that your rights as an employee are always respected. If your rights have been violated, or if you know of any human rights violations in FGV, you can send a letter or an email. You can call a toll-free hotline number. You can meet the Whistleblowing Secretariat or any of FGV's board members. Or you can fill in the Whistleblowing e-form on FGV's website. Remember, human rights are for all, including you.